Hey guys, welcome back to the Hustler Show. In this video, I will be talking about how you can start an e-commerce business with zero to little capital. And this video is actually the third part of the How to Start an Online Business with Zero to Little Capital series. And to watch the other parts, check out our YouTube channel, okay? So welcome back, hustlers. So I know that e-commerce is this giant buzzword that people associate with giants like Amazon, Alibaba, eBay, Taobao, and all kinds of other e-commerce marketplaces. And it's no wonder when I probe people who tell me that they are starting an e-commerce business, I find that 95% of them are actually selling physical products online on these third-party platforms. And you might be wondering, why am I talking about this? But first, let me tell you my personal definition of e-commerce. You could be selling consulting services. You could be a freelance graphics designer. You could be selling stock images, some social media management software, email marketing software, a music streaming service, and you could even be selling houses. And to be honest, it doesn't matter what you sell. If you sell something through the internet and get paid for it over the internet, to me, that's e-commerce, okay? So since the perception of e-commerce for most people is perceived to be for physical goods only, this article will be all about building an online business selling physical products. So let's get started. My first exposure to e-commerce as we know it was when my family members went on a trip in Europe when I was 17 years old. I used my life savings to buy 10 of, say, Louis Vuitton bags, right? Because I knew that branded handbags were extremely cheap in Europe since travelers don't have to pay for VAT or value-added tax. So I asked them to buy 10 Louis Vuitton bags. They cost about 3,000 US dollars in total. That I quickly uploaded to a popular Malaysian forum, and it's known as Lawyat. The Lawyat forum is a huge website in Malaysia, and I figured that if these bags were cheaper than retail in Malaysia, I'd be able to make some money out of that, right? So that's what I did, and I sold all 10 of the bags within 2 months and made a nice profit out of this mini e-commerce venture. And my second stint was when I was drop shipping female clothing from this supplier in Penang, Malaysia. And the website, the supplier's name, if I remember correctly, it's Wizet, W-H-I-Z-E-T. And I built my own e-commerce store from ground up. I spent about 100 US dollars on hosting, and the store was already up and running within a few days. And I was new to the drop shipping business model, and I was still working my day job at that time. I made a couple of sales here and there, but I ended up stopping because it was severely affecting my performance at work. So you might be wondering, why am I telling you this, right? So why I'm telling you this is because I want to highlight 2 different forms of e-commerce business models that are available to you guys. The first scenario is the self-fulfillment inventory stocking scenario. You have to fulfill the orders by yourself, and you have to have inventory in stock to make sales. And the second scenario is the drop shipping model. And drop shipping means that you don't have to stock inventory, and you just have to focus on marketing and selling your products. For those of you who are new to e-commerce, new to drop shipping, the drop shipping model works something like this. Number 1, you upload products that are available from your drop shipping supplier to your website. Number 2, you drive traffic and you sell it to your customers. You could do this via Facebook ads, Google ads, email marketing, whatever. Number 3, they pay you money for the goods. And then number 4, you place an order with your dropshipping supplier. And number 5, your supplier actually sends out the order with your company name on it. And number 6, your buyer receives the product and thinking that it came from your own warehouse. For those of you who don't know it, this should be interesting and mind-blowing, right? So I know there are tons of gurus out there who advocate drop shipping, and it has received quite a bad name over the last 2 years because tons of these get-rich-quick gurus out there, they're quite full of shit and have no idea what they're doing, to be honest. And I'm here to tell you that it's a legit money-making business model, and when done right, dropshipping can be life-changing. So I recently met this timid-looking Chinese dude, and I'm keeping his name private as I do not have his consent to share his name on this video. And I met him at this marketer meetup that was held in Mind Valley's office, Kuala Lumpur. I was there for an interview, and quite a number of people were trying to have a chat with me during the Q&A session after my speaking slot. And he was just standing there patiently waiting for his turn. I didn't think much about him at that time, right? But boy, I completely underestimated him. And after finally speaking to him, I found out that he was running 10 different drop shipping stores, specializing in selling Chinese products from China and shipping them to America. And his combined revenue is about $80,000 a month. And the best part is he's a one-man team and relied solely on number one, Facebook advertising, and also email marketing for lead generation and retention respectively. And I invited him to be on the HUSTLR show as an interviewee for our YouTube channel and podcast a week later. And he just told me that, he's taking a break and he's going to be spending the next 3 months traveling the world and do some soul searching while his business continues to run from his mobile phone. And I can almost hear you scream, what in God's green earth, right? I don't blame you, because that's what I thought as well. The point that I'm trying to make here is that drop shipping is a legitimate business model. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. You just need to know how to do it. So if you're interested in finding out more, you can check out my free online workshop I'm going to put the link down below in the video description, and also have a dedicated course on starting an e-commerce and drop shipping business from scratch. So before you get angry, I just want to say that this isn't a post about drop shipping. I'm actually here to share with you some other ways that you can deploy and to start running an e-commerce business with zero to little capital. And drop shipping is only one way to do that, okay? So here's a general strategy that I personally use where you can start any types of e-commerce business with limited capital. So what you want to do is, if you want to launch something new, you want to offer your services, what you want to do is you want to pre-launch, pre-sell to validate your idea first. As hustlers, as entrepreneurs, our objective when launching a new business should primarily be 1, minimize risk, and at the same time, number 2, maximize upside. So always start small and validate your idea before committing a ton of resources into the business. One of the best ways to start making money is to pre-sell whatever you have to offer. You don't have to have the products yet, but you can make some sales first, right? So if you have one product to offer, you can do so by setting up a simple landing page with a landing page builder, say from Wix or MailChimp, and start driving relevant traffic to it. Hook it up to an email service and measure the conversion rate. Typically, if I achieve 15% in terms of conversions, like 100 people come to my website and 50% of them actually signs up for my email newsletter or actually makes a purchase, the idea is a goal to work with. And this was exactly how my vape business started. If you have an e-commerce concept that you want to bring to life, but you don't have the funding necessary to boost up your inventory, or setting up a Shopify store is another way to do it. You want to put up your products and start accepting payments, but make sure that you put in a disclaimer or notice that the product is only available for pre-ordering. The last thing that you want when running an e-commerce business is a horde of customers shaming your brand before you even officially launch. I think this is a fantastic way to start any e-commerce business, especially if you are strapped for cash like I was, a few years back. It's becoming a habit in my company because we still launch new products using this exact methodology. List resources, maximum result. You want to remember that, okay? So let me tell you my personal story about how I launched my digital course on how to start your e-commerce business, just to help you conceptualize this better. So I've always wanted to teach people, because teaching is my passion, and I wanted to teach people a skill that could transform their lives. However, I was always plagued with this question: would people actually pay for my course? So this was a question that I had for the last year or so, but I decided enough is enough. I'm going to try selling it first. And my team and I decided to commit to create an online education business, and we started advertising for a free online workshop that anyone can attend, with me being the lead trainer. We got about 300 email leads, and about 55 of them actually showed up for the workshop digitally. It's an online workshop. It's in a webinar setting, okay? And to be honest, I was worried as fuck that nobody would actually show up, because that would be extremely embarrassing, right? I went through the workshop, provided as much value as I can, and I also put in a pitch at the end saying that I'm launching the e-commerce freedom masterclass in January next year. So I was doing this back in, say, November, I believe, and that they'll be able to enjoy an early bird pricing if they sign up that day itself. So, to my surprise, 30 out of 55 people signed up, and the course wasn't even ready, because, you know, creating a course is it's a very painful process. You know, you have to pre-record a ton of content, you have to do a lot of research before you start. And I managed to sell 30 of these courses before it was even ready. You see, I refused to produce the course before I validated the idea, because that would, to me, would be a royal waste of time. And in hindsight, this benefited my business in two very, very powerful ways. Number one, now I know for a fact that there's a demand for my course. And number two, I have this pressure to deliver a good course to my students. And if you know me well enough, you know that I'm probably one of the laziest assholes on this beautiful green earth, right? So launching a course was an idea that I was sitting on for the past 2 years, and I did not have the drive to produce the course from ground up, because it's a very time-intensive process. But because of this pre-selling exercise, I have made promises to my future students who trust me. And I don't know about you, but I like keeping my promises. Since I've made sales, there's this pressure to deliver on my promise, and I work my ass off over the next 4 weeks producing the course, and I'm still trying to improve it. So for all of you procrastinating hustlers out there, I feel you, okay? Because I know I'm not different. This extra drive is usually what it takes to deliver your promise and build your business from the ground up. Just make sure that, you know, it's an achievable promise, it's realistic. You don't want to be like Fire Festival, right? So the point that I'm trying to make here is that if you're starting out your first ever e-commerce business, go out and start selling first. After you've made your first sale, embrace the pressure, get comfortable with the uncomfortable, fulfill your promise, and watch your business grow as you work on it. And if you're looking to get your feet wet with e-commerce, I highly suggest you check out my online workshop. Yes, it's the same one that I used to pre-launch the course, and also check out Shopify. Shopify is my favorite e-commerce platform out there, and has helped me grow beyond the 7-figure annual revenue mark. And I know for a fact that it'll help you understand how to build an e-commerce business better. If you're an experienced e-commerce entrepreneur already, I hope that this video has helped you find some inspiration on how to further improve your business, okay? So guys, that's the end of this video. If you like this video, remember to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment down below. We want to hear from you. But if you don't like what you've seen in this video, leave a comment as well, please, so that I know where I can improve, where HUSTLR.com can improve, okay? Because we're always trying to improve ourselves. So as a reminder, this video is the third part of the How to Start an Online Business with Zero to Little Capital series. To watch the other videos, please check out our YouTube channel, okay? I'll see you next time. Bye.